Now, for the record, I blogged about this, a couple of weeks or so ago when all of this was going on. However, I didn't have the time to make the video, but luckily I have the time to make it now. So I want to talk about this pretty shaming problem that's going on. And one of the prime examples of a pretty girl being pretty shamed is a supermodel by the name of Indya Marie. So here's what I had to write about her on my blog. I said, "Oh, the perils of being young, beautiful, and successful. Up-and-coming supermodel Indya Marie has been making huge waves on social media and blogs recently for allegedly being the new pretty girl in Chris Brown's life." Now, for the record, I put the word girlfriend in quotations in the title because Chris and Indya never confirmed their alleged relationship. This is all hearsay at this point. So here's the rundown. Indya Marie, according to her website, is a 21-year-old model and makeup artist. She's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She's 5'5" and of African American, Native American, Cuban, and Italian ethnicity. Yup, much like Karushi, she's a young, pretty, mixed model. Sounds like Chris has a type. And if come to find out she is his new girlfriend, he apparently has good taste in women. He only seems to choose the extra fine ones. So kudos to Chris. I mean, if you got it like that, or you got options to pick a fine girl like this, hey man, I'm not a hater, I'm a congratulator. But here's the gist of what happened in the month of April of 2015. Now, Indya Marie has over 165,000 Instagram followers to date. Therefore, she's an up-and-coming celebrity. We are watching her rise to stardom, and she's quickly learning this taste of fame does not only come with fans and supporters, it also comes with nasty haters with nothing else better to do than to try and ruin her day. Now, the real problem started when Indya posted some pictures of herself with Chris Brown's dog and sitting in front of his pool, etc. on Instagram. Also, Media Takeout posted an article talking about these pictures, which really got the conversation going. Now, the nail in the coffin is when she posted this photo right here on your screen in what some spectators claim is Chris Brown's bed. Now, when people noticed the playpen in the background to the left, upper left hand corner, people began asking questions on social media about whether or not that was royalty's playground back there. Now, things got even worse for Miss Indya Marie when she went and deleted the picture instead of ignoring these nosy people's questions. Now, by deleting this photo, people felt that was an admittance of guilt. To further complicate the situation, people began posting photos of her with Ian Connor. They said she was a, quote, hoe and was sleeping with both Ian and Chris at the same damn time. They went on to say Chris Brown unfollowed her on social media because of all of this mess, prompting her to post this comment right here. She said, "Let me clear the air here. I dealt with Ian last year. Chris unfollowed me after I unfollowed him. Calm down and do some research before you try and, quote, blast. Cut it out," with crying emoticons. People falsely accused her of being a thirsty groupie and an attention-seeking thought looking for a come-up. Indya explained herself in detail with this message, and for the record, she didn't have to do this. But she said, and I quote, "Just because I want my side of a petty, very short-lived story to be heard does not mean I'm seeking attention or want that. I give my fans and followers the personal touch of my life that they deserve. I love all my supporters. Yes, I may act out and I may make mistakes, but I'm not my mistakes. There's nothing wrong with having emotions, and I have a lot of them. It's okay to tell people your story, which I'm doing, and I'm owning it. I make friends and I love fast, and I appreciate who comes into my life. If you're watching and you're judging, that's on you. I'm not asking or telling anyone to watch what I do. No one is making you follow me to come to my page. Just like I give respect, I'd appreciate it, but that's what the block button is for. Stay blessed." Wow. Now that right there was a classy response. Here's the thing though. When a fan said Chris wouldn't be dating anybody anytime soon, India responded by saying, "Oh," as if that's like new news to her, like as if there may have been something going on. Anyway, I love how one hater specifically told her that no one is checking for her. Okay, so she hangs out with Chris Brown, so that proves he was checking for her, even if it was just on a friendship level or a companionship level. And she has 165 plus thousand followers on Instagram. So yeah, somebody is obviously checking for her. Now, before I give my detailed opinion about it all, I have to say this. I saw the MediaTakeout.com story the day that it was actually posted in the morning. Now, I initially ignored it. I opened up the article, saw what she looked like, and said to myself, good for Chris, she's very beautiful. I hope things work out. He has my blessing if this is at all in fact true. Then I moved on. I initially ignored the story and chalked it up to being something that's part of Chris's personal life that he would share with us soon enough if he was in fact dating her and he felt comfortable to talk about it. Now I figured if two young people want to date, rather two young single people want to date, there shouldn't be any controversy involved with it. I had no idea people would attack this young woman the way she did. Now don't get me wrong here. A few jealous females throwing subtle shade and expressing their love for Chris is to be expected because he has a lot of groupies. I mean, he's an international superstar who currently has over 13 million Twitter followers. But some of his more rowdy female fan base went way too far with their harassment of this young model. They slandered her, they attempted to discredit her, and the reason I had to write a lengthy article about it is because what transpired when the week that this happened, because this was over several days, Indya and Chris Brown's female fan base exposed something about Indya. Indya apparently has very strong character and integrity, whether they realize it or not. Now, she's 21 years old and handled the backlash like a true professional. In fact, she handled it as if she has a really good PR, public relations team who told her to respond in the way that she did. Or as if her PR team wrote her awesome responses for her. For such a young person who's at the beginning stages of her career, to respond to her dissenters in such a positive and mature manner is a sheer sign of her having longevity in her career. She has the perfect attitude already. She didn't respond with hatred. She didn't attack anyone. She didn't play the role of the victim. When they attempted to bully her, she merely let them know her side of what transpired. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm personally very impressed by what I saw, and I hope her reaction inspires people who were watching to follow suit and try the Indya response sometime on social media, which is of course the mature response, because it's so easy to get wrapped up in fighting with people and whatnot because you feel like, well, I'm right and they're wrong, so I'm just gonna go at it with them. But it doesn't really get you anywhere at the end of the day except for a dead end. What are you gonna do, argue with them forever? Go back and forth for the rest of the year? You know what I mean? You're just gonna waste your time unearthed arguing with somebody just to argue with them some more. At the end of the day, Indya and Chris are two grown-up adults. If they're both single, they have the right to date each other or whomever they choose to. It only becomes our business if and when they decide to share that information. They don't have to explain any of it to us. Okay? And if I could say anything to Miss Indya, I tell her she owes us nothing, absolutely nothing at all. No explanations. She doesn't even technically owe us her kindness. She could do like Kim Kardashian does. Just don't say anything. Kim Kardashian is the freaking queen of the victims of pretty girl shaming who will turn a deaf ear in a second. Kim does not play at all. You got something bad to say about her? She just like you don't even exist. Or like T.I. said in that song, ignore them till they fade away. That's real. But anyway, if I could say anything to Indya, I would tell her, she doesn't owe us anything, to live her life. And if Chris Light Brown is trying to holler and you want to entertain his persuading words, hey girl, we understand. He's rich, he's handsome, he's talented. Anybody who's mad at you will just have to deal with it. Stop being a hater and start being a congratulator. I mean, hey Chris, I feel you, bruh. She's fine as hell. And so is Karushi. And Rihanna has been looking pretty fine too nowadays. So, hey man, all I'm going to say is this. Chris sure can pick him. Alright? I mean, if he was trying to holler at Indya, I'm not mad at him at all. I'm not mad at anybody in this. Hey man, everybody do your thing. I'm happy for y'all. Whatever was going on. Unfortunately, people were unfollowing each other on social media. I was hoping maybe I would see Indya Marie in a Chris Brown music video playing the love interest or something like that. She could get them coins. But who knows? Maybe they'll unblock each other. Rather refollow each other, and hopefully they'll get some business going at least. You know? You never know. But remember, this is all my opinion. What do I know? Let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com for more. And no disrespect, but Indya Marie is fine as hell.